Eidl grant is back on, baby. It's in the third stimulus package that pays $5,000 if two things happen. Number one, you have less than 10 employees during the pandemic. Pretty easy there. And number two, you had a reduction of your income by 50%. Pretty easy there as well. So how do you get an Eidl grant? In this overnight throwback video, I explain the Eidl grant application from beginning to end. Enjoy this overnight Lalate video explaining the Eidl grant process from approval to funding on Overnight's Lalate. SBA was advised by members of Congress that they were not following the CARES Act, but proceeded to violate the CARES Act in not providing you a grant within 3 days of your request and diluting it to an amount smaller than you had requested. And Lalate has the document. Boy, this is a bombshell. Thanks for tuning in. This is Monday. Thanks for joining us on Memorial Day weekend. Hope you're having a good one. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording, and we're going to be answering 200 of your incredible questions from yesterday's recording. And we'll be getting to this document, which is shocking. It will make your mouth drop. Yesterday, Lalate detailed elements of a new federal lawsuit filed against SBA regarding the Eidl grant and Eidl loan. Today, about 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Lalate uploaded a Eidl loan video that talks about two other scandals about the Eidl grant and loan, and I would tell you to please watch that as well. It talks about that double hit on your credit score and the refusal to provide you a grant unless you qualify for a loan. That, and I'll certainly give you the teaser right now, is unlawful. So please watch that video. But let's get right to your questions first. I'll answer a few questions before getting to the shocking letter, and you need to watch this whole video. There's a lot in here. It is your mouth's about to drop. So put your feet up and let's get ready to go. Rob S. SBA's headsets suck, much like all the reps on talking underwater. Elusive truth. Many like me would not have applied for it if not for the 3-day grant due to credit score. Those who need it are the most who are unnecessarily credit inquiry, further dropping our scores. Total BS. That is really what our Eidl loan stories about tonight, that you were entitled to the grant and that you would never applied if you had gotten 2 hits on your credit score and never got a grant nor loan. Milan Stankovic. So just to call something clear, SBA is issuing grants regardless of credit worthiness. Good credit gets loan offers. Does it sound right? No, it does not sound right. The grant is not a loan. There is no need to be pulling people's credit checks to give them a grant. The grant is a grant. Cheapy Thrift. I'm an eBay seller. Applied April 11th. Haven't received a grant or a portal invite. Waiting. Call SBA. Call SBA. That's the number one I'm going to say to you on. Call SBA. Michelle Mendoza. I received $1,000 for one employee. Then I received an offer of $18,000 for a loan. And approved. I haven't signed it because I want my $9,000 grant money. What can I do? You can go pound sand. That's what SBA is going to tell you. They are never going to pay you your $10,000 grant money unless you stay with this channel, because this is about to unfold. But what I would recommend you to do is call SBA and make any grievance you want vocal to them. But I'm glad you got your grant. And I'm glad you got your loan. Tony Claypool, great name. I got a $1,000 grant on April 27th and the invite to the portal on May 24th, and I just got approved for $24,000 loan. I have a 558 credit score. Wow. About 18 hours later on Memorial Day, I got approval for $24,000. Great. Miss Nettie, the economic injury disaster loan is just that, a damn disaster. I love that. Thank you for your comment, Miss Nettie. And now Canale. When you accept the EIDL loan, SBA also files an UCC lien, which may affect future sales of business or future ability to obtain a loan. Not true. That's only if your loan is over $25,000. Please watch our EIDL loan collateralization video. We have a few of them on collateral. And terms and conditions, our terms and conditions video. If you want that loan, please watch that video. Wuhan, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. I love your show. Sometimes I call it the EIDL loan twilight zone. The EIDL loan twilight zone. Yeah, I mean, we tried the word EIDL Bermuda Triangle, but it just did not catch on. You all like Vortex better. Zigzag Producer. I received a $1,000 grant for one employee. My credit score is 640 before SBA checked it twice. Now it's 591. I got rejected the other day. Such B. Horrible. I mean, viewers of this channel, if you watch our video earlier for today about the loan, they had 2 credit checks. Some are getting 20-point hits on their Experian credit score. I mean, really, SBA? Awful. Miguel the Bronx, who comments regularly. Hey, like, can you print the document that Ted Deutsch signed against the SBA? Yeah, I should get all these documents ready and put them in a link for all of you. David, and that's yesterday's video. If you've not watched yesterday's grant video, wow. David Langslow. This news made my weekend. Love your channel and not full of BS. Always look forward to the updates. Yeah, well, stay with this one because it's about to drop in about 3 minutes from now. South Texas. I applied April 3rd. Just approved for $8,000. Although I applied for $25,000, my FICO is 735. No grant so far. So I will call them up, say, where's my grant? Remember, if you're just tuning in and are new to this channel and got an EIDL loan offer and have not signed, do the following. Call SBA and say, where's my grant? How much am I getting? And when am I getting it? And how am I getting it? Get all those answers before you sign your loan document. Coco Chanel. Could you do a video on what to expect after a person accepts an EIDL loan? I received the loan a few weeks ago, but now receiving a correspondence how to start paying and where to start making payments. Are payments deferred for a year? I believe they're deferred for a year. Look at the loan agreement. Grandma Ducky applied April 12th, received a lower credit score. Should I dispute the credit? Yeah, I mean, that's turning into another video. I mean, a lot of bombshells. We're only about 5 minutes into this video. I mean, that really is another video. The hit on the credit scores and getting nothing out of it, and you do have a credit dispute. Boy. Fernando Castillo. I called last Friday. Can't find my application. I provide my name. Where do I go then? I asked. He couldn't answer my question. I'd call someone else. I mean, not someone else. I would call again and speak to someone else. KL, I look forward to the videos. I applied for EIDL grant loan. I created a loan. It says the loan amount was $0. I'm so confused. So she got a portal invite for a loan and she clicks on it and says 0? Come on, SBA. Well, I'll say to you, KL, that you're not the only person who's had that. I think we had that in a comment 2 days ago. I read on air. Call SBA. It's a technical problem. And apparently the person who said that he had that technical problem, he got like 20,000 more emails and said they have fixed it and they still have not fixed it. So it's not unusual. Jonathan Guerrero. I called SBA and they told me to pull my credit. They pulled my credit. I don't see any inquiry on my credit. They pull my credit the same day. How long does it take? I would call SBA. It takes 2 to 3 weeks after you receive your grant to get your loan offer. Robert G, great channel, received my grant 3 weeks ago, no credit check. 2 days ago, credit check, what does that mean? And second question, did someone say EIDL or PUA, but not both? Thank you. You should get your loan offer 2 to 3 weeks after receiving your grant. However, a lot of these viewers, it's taking longer. Credit check 2 days ago means that they're starting to get ready to do your loan offer. But you know, that's really weird though, because most people get the second credit check after they sign into the portal invite, and then they choose the loan amount and submit accept. That's when the pull is. So I don't understand that. Did someone say EIDL or PUI? I don't know what that means. Michelle Tai, thank you for all the helpful information, Lalate. I enjoyed the channel. My wife and I owned and worked at a business as sole proprietor. Every year we filed an income tax return together. However, so I answered his question on another one. About PUA, yeah. Watch our PUA video, Michael Ty, not Michelle. Michael Ty, watch our PUA video. I answer your question on that. Jason Hitch, great idea. Meet and greet. I'll be in LA in July. All right, that's odd. Barbara Paswa, just a few pieces of information. I did accept a loan for $150,000 and the grant and loan were deposited the same day. Oh, got both of them. Also, they did not check my credit a second time. That being said, I do have a pretty high credit score, but I appreciate all of LA's help. And I believe it was because I called several times that moved the process along. Well, great to hear that. D, received my loan offer, no grant. I don't don't intend to sign the loan unless I maybe receive the grant. Has anyone been successful in getting the grant after calling the SBA? Yes, they have. So do what I just said early in the video. Don't sign the loan documents until you get the clarity about the grant. John Miller, I applied for the grant, received $1,000, still haven't received a loan portal. Yes, you're still going to get it. It's taking long. If you want it faster, call them up. Black Apathy, any reason why I would get a credit check on Saturday, no grant or loan portal? Like the first check, so what's up? Hard to say. It could be coming quite soon. Jeannie L. Could you confirm $10,000 grant and $25,000 loan? Total amount received is $35,000, or is it this is $50,000? That is up to SBA. You're asking me to clarify something that doesn't make sense. A system that doesn't make sense. They're doing it both ways. So you need to ask them specifically for you. There's no universal answer to that question. Mr. Orlando, I'm not sure you'll get to this comment to answer since I'm kind of late. No, I'm answering right now. My credit was just pulled for the loan. Already got the grant without it being pulled. Just wondering how long from the pull until the invite or denial. This is the second person tonight. I mean, this is generally what was happening last week. Was you were getting the portal invite, you were going in, you were accepting this, you were choosing the amount, pressing submit and accept, and that's when the credit pull occurred. Now tonight, you're the second person on the comments is saying the credit's be pulled before you even get the loan offer to sign into the portal. I don't know. I really don't know the answer. I mean, it could be a good sign that says the offer's coming, but I hope you don't have yet another. I shouldn't laugh. I hope you don't have yet another credit pull when you go into the portal and choosing them out. I mean, how many credit pulls are we doing here? This is a joke, SBA. Josephine Reyes. Hey, I actually got the SBA. I was approved, checked on the email, but didn't sign any documents. Since I didn't sign anything, I didn't sign to take the loan, should I just ignore it? And the SBA wouldn't think I wanted or clicked on the email? Great point. Josephine, no, yeah, that's exactly correct. If you don't sign the DocuSign document, you do not have a loan, but you may have a credit check again. Sorry to hear that. And we've been saying that for a few days. Merchant Man. So the bottom line is, are we going to get our $10,000 grant? Many of us only got a $1,000 grant, a denial letter of credit for the loan. If we see the $10,000 from the beginning, we wouldn't have this issue. Well, that is coming up right now. I love your videos, straight to the point, and affirmative TD. So here we go. It's a bombshell. It is an April 10th, 2020 letter. Who is it from and who is it to? And I'm glad you're staying with me because here it is. It's from Congress to Steve Mnuchin, your favorite person. And also that other favorite person you have, the Honorable, very Honorable, Jovita Carranzanda. If you watched yesterday's video, you know who she is. She is the administrator of the small businesses at the SBA, that wonderful organization who has not followed anything of the CARES Act. So let's get right to the letter. It is a 3-page letter in substance, but it's longer than that because there's so many congressmen who signed the letter. It is signed by Gillibrand, Clark, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I saw Chuck Schumer on here. I think Bernie Sanders also signed it. A lot of people. The letter, for which there appears to be no response, talks about the EIDL grant and the following. When, how much, why is it not coming? And it also talks about the CARES Act. Let me get right to the words. The letter states, the CARES Act also created an immediate new disaster grant at the SBA, using the current Economic Injury Disaster Loan EIDL program. These grants were designed and intended to be delivered in a quick infusion of capital based upon simply applicants self-certifying that they were eligible. Further grant recipients are not precluded from applying for PPP loans or continuing to pursue disaster relief. We are concerned that these programs are not being implemented as Congress intended. So let me recap. EIDL was an acronym that predated the CARES Act, but the CARES Act implemented how to use EIDL. Let me turn to the big paragraph, and this is what I want you to listen to. Turning to the EIDL grants, which Congress intended to provide a quick infusion of cash to help small businesses pay their rent and other bills, SBA has failed to use final guidance and award grants in a manner consistent with congressional intent. The SBA has metered the amount of the EIDL grant to $1,000 per employee, even though Congress specifically stated that the applicant, not the agency, has the sole authority to determine how much money they receive up to $10,000. Let me read that again, if you didn't catch it. Congress specifically stated that the applicant, you, are to have the sole authority to determine how much grant money they receive up to $10,000, not the agency, SBA. Moreover, the law requires the SBA to issue advances within 3 days of receipt of applications. Yet small owners say they are still waiting weeks after applying. It's quite shocking. What we have here is a whole list of congressmen who told SBA that the CARES Act said the applicant, not SBA, determines how much grant money they are to get up to $10,000. You remember that button on the Streamline application form that says, I want up to $10,000, click this button if you want the $10,000? You click the button. I know you did because you said it in the comments of this channel. That's what Congress is talking about. That button, by clicking it, which came live on the version of the Streamline form around March 31st, this is an April 10th letter, said if you want $10,000, you'll get $10,000. You didn't. SBA said, you know what? We're not going to give you $10,000. We'll give you $1,000 per employee. At least that's what they said by early April. Remember, this is an early April letter to a lawsuit filed just a few weeks ago, well, like a few days ago in Florida out of Orlando. What I told you, I don't care so much about the lawsuit, I care about the letter. The reason why I care about it is because of you and me and what we know. We know that it's actually a worse situation than what this lawsuit is talking about. The current situation is you're not getting the grant, because they're now denying loans, and when they deny loans, they're saying, you know what, you're not getting a grant either. That's what we had in the video tonight. It's that bad. The CARES Act said you were to get a grant within 3 days of you requesting it, and if you requested up to $10,000, you were to receive it. That's black and white. It's as black and white as federal law can be. What SBA did was they said, here's the law. Who cares about the law? We're going to rewrite it. And we're not even going to give you a penny for your grant money. So I'm going every single day through your horrible ordeals of 330 Vortex and 331 Vortex, which we laugh about, but we shouldn't. People who applied the very first day, practically, that this went live, and have never gotten a single penny of a grant money. Here, these senators are saying and congressmen are saying, hey, you're supposed to get the money within 3 business days. And this is heading almost into June and you haven't gotten it. This is one of several letters that Lalate is uncovering, and we want you to stay with this channel because it's going to get worse before it gets better. But we wanted to stay with you because we have a hope at the end of the tunnel that something's going to change. So let's get back to the remainder of your incredible questions, and some of them have to deal with what SBA just said in that letter. First, Ernie Terrell, stay safe and love your work on this channel. Well, thank you, Ernie. Michelle DeLoreto. I received my grant $1,000 money offer, and I'm an eBay seller, sole proprietor. Yes, I received I received a loan offer of $22,000. I was approved. Wonderful. Question: I was just I was getting ready to do a sole proprietorship to an LLC. I'm trying to transfer my money to a new LLC. There's so many restrictions. No. If you watch our Eidl loan video, you can't start switching the money to new businesses. No, if you have a loan, your $25,000, your $22,000. Well, you're not collateralized. That's good, but you still can't move the money around. So they're not going to use your business equipment as a collateral, but you still can't move the money around. Absolutely not. Kevin McCoy, I applied for the grant, listing 3 employees. They sent me a confirmation on 5/12. They're working on it. He informed me the grant will be back paid over 30 years. The SBA officer told them that the grant money has to be repaid over 30 years. Untrue. I mean, can't they get anything right? Simone Johnson, the tier 2 person I spoke with, the emailed the officer, and this morning I received a portal invite of $15,000. So I asked the tier 2 representative, email the loan officer. I think you'll get quicker results this way. Interesting. Lori Toller, they denied me for the loan, but I really only want the grant. When I emailed them back for reconsideration, I gave them a mouthful. If you've watched our reconsideration videos, please do. But then they denied me on both businesses. I'm sure I'm going to not get anything. Oh, screw them. It shows me my crow was likely pulled literally 11 times. Yes, 11 times, but no, she wasn't kidding. She wasn't kidding. Here's Lori was not kidding. She says they pulled her credit 11 times. Oh my God. Miguel the Bronx. And oil. The Eidl loan can be used for working capital. What do you think about using the funds to pay a brokerage account in the name of a company to invest in stocks? Do you think it's allowed? Is that a serious question? No. Eileen, you were the first person I thought of when I finally got the portal loan amount of $18,000. I could not believe my eyes. Wow. Finally, Eileen. This is something I applied for 4-3 and just silent. I didn't even get the $1,000 grant on Sunday. The amount I just didn't imagine. I thought it was going to be $5,000, $7,000, but $18,700. Now I'm speechless. I don't know what to do. Take it or not. I have no idea. I just wanted you to know. I would call them asking for where your grant money is also, Eileen, but I appreciate it. Eileen has commented on this channel every single day, multiple times a day. Really great to hear the news. Tim Rice, you use the term honorably loosely. Yes, well, she is the honorable head of the SBA. I'm supposed to. Sam Lombardo. Actually, to think about it, SBA blatantly broke the law by ignoring applicants outside agricultural businesses. Right. I mean, this was another issue which I should have touched on before, but I'll drop it now as a bombshell 20 minutes into it. There was that 3-day processing. SBA is first in, first out. The Eidl CARES Act law said they're supposed to pay the applicants in the order received. So some of you who are paid for applications filed in late April, and some of you have gotten nothing from March 30th vortex, another violation of the CARES Act. Sean. Simone. I called the SBA today, and the tier 2 representative emailed the loan office, and the officer said it's supposed to email me back. Wow. Michael Popa, LA, great information. I hope everyone who's applied gets an answer. I know I'm still waiting. Love your segments and want to see you tomorrow. Awesome. Devon Jersey Swag, what a great name. SBA, some trash. I got an email pull from Experian, which dropped me by 10 points. Now, a month later, I get an email saying I was denied because of economic injury is now unsubstantiated. I have 2 employees. They gave me a $2,000 grant, but that's it. Well, I'm glad you got a grant. So I'm so disappointed that businesses think the government helps them. Such a disappointment. Awful. Chris Nexus. I received a letter from SBA saying they'll give me an advance, not a grant, and to think about a loan. What should I do? You should call them up and say, where's my damn grant money? They're supposed to give you a grant, and they will give you a grant. If you're accepted for the loan, you will get a grant. You just have to call them. Jesus Delgado, whose question went astray. So I applied. Oh, here's Jesus. So I applied. I finally got a letter from SBA after 10 calls. They said loan declined. Poor history, Experian Court. Awful. George Dawson. I got a loan offer last night after all this, no grant, and I opened the loan portal and it says, looking over and it said decline. So I called SBA and the portal is messing up. It was not the offer yet. What? So he got an offer of a loan. He clicked in and it says denied. They call him up and says that's a computer error. Oh my God, we're learning something every hour. Guitar strings. I have credit cards that are in my personal name, which are strictly used for my business, which were previously maxed out before COVID-19. Aren't these credit cards considered payable? No. Can't I use the Eidl money to pay them off? No. Wow. Takova. Are they going to open the portal again for non-agricultural people to apply? No. They can't even get the people watching this video from March fixed. This stinks. It does stink. Just saying. Got the notification you had a new video out, but I couldn't find it. I started to panic. But he did get the video out. So applied for grant 4.8. No grant. Applied for loan 5.7. Since the loan was denied, we're assuming no grants coming forward. They also use transfusion, so that dropped by 16 points. I've never heard that. They always use Experian. has applied for PUA. Maybe some luck there. So if you're having problems with EIDL, please watch our PUA videos. A lot of people are having success about the videos, about PUA. I mean, they're enjoying the videos too, but they're having success with PUA. So please watch the PUA videos. Brian Anderson, thank you for the informative videos. I applied for the EIDL. I have not received a grant or loan. Seeing folks get a grant and loans after me, super frustrated. Any advice? Call SBA. You're in a 4-4 vortex. Most of the vortexes are April 8th, but you're in a 4-4 vortex. There's some reason not getting to you. Call SBA, ask them where your loan is. Unfortunately, what's going to happen now is you have to get a loan to get a grant. If you want the grant but don't want the loan, watch our video where someone says they accepted the loan to get the grant and then gave back the loan. Something you can do, but we're not going to advise you to do that or not. Derwin Duncan. I was, CARE Act's required to advance to be given within 3 days. Well, he's come in before we read our story. It's been 57 days. I applied for the EIDL. They reopened my application May 2nd. They sent me an email May 3rd requesting expenditures. What? SBA let me know they were opening my application. I believe I did not, and it was denied because I applied under agricultural. Well, yeah. So that's that system that went live about 2 weeks ago. That's agricultural. And they're not going to contact you more. Wow, this keeps on going on and on and on. Ken C, though, paying only certain people a grant and then shutting it off and then adding it to a loan you have to qualify is unlawful. He said it better than me. Johnny Finley, the credit score is a soft credit score. It does not affect your score as much as a hard pull. Evidently, the SBA is doing a hard pull. When you takes you into context, they're pulling credit scores for all the stimulus payments which went out earlier. Very well said. And if you watch the video from earlier today on the loan, some of the people are getting hit by 20 points. A lot of comments. And here was that letter. This letter from Congress is one of several letters that this channel is going to be detailing for you in the coming days. It's all starting to come out. Please don't lose hope and stay with this channel because you are in our wishes and you're in our hearts. We believe that this is far from over and we're not going to sit back whilst one agency doesn't follow the law, and you shouldn't either. If you have comments to today's video, which I think you do, drop them in the comments below by 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Tuesday, and have a safe and wonderful Memorial Day Monday. And join us tomorrow. Always click that button for the alarm to get alert when there's a new video on this channel, and stay with Lalate for more.